You know what it is. We back at it again. I was looking at my previous videos and I was thinking these videos are kind of serious, to be honest. Like these are videos you gotta like think about things. I was like, what do I really like doing? And that's like making people laugh and also me laughing. So I was like, what like how could I change these like video ideas? How could I mix it up? And I just thought work stories. Like I've worked at a lot of jobs at this point now, and I have a lot of funny stories to them. So I was like, I might as well share them because they're pretty funny. So let's get into it. And I think this might be the new story time couch, man. Like it's real comfy. You know, I just me and the camera. This light, you know, it's like real bright. Eyes are squinted. But yeah, let's get it. Alright. I think I adjusted the brightness too bright. Alright, so this is gonna be work story 1. Like I feel like this is gonna be like a series because I worked at four, 5 jobs maybe now, and each job like has a multitude of stories like within the job. So yeah, so this is gonna be one, and we're gonna start off with let me not say the place that I worked at. We'll call this store Paper Clips. Okay. Maybe you might figure out what it is. I know some of the homies already know what it is, but for the people not knowing, Paper Clips. All right, so this is we'll say it's a retail store where you go in and you buy stuff that you need for like school and life and whatever else stuff, right? But the hours were like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. till close, which is 9 o'clock. And I thought that was like super late. I was like, whoa, 9 o'clock. Like when I get back home, it's gonna be like 9:15, 9:20. I still gotta do homework and like, oh man, it was nuts. It was nuts. So like, okay, so here's one of the things. So after I get home at like 9:15, 9:20, I'd miss dinner time already, like, cause everybody ate around like 6 or 7. So like I'd get in and like the dining halls are closed. I couldn't eat, and so my dinner for like a majority of that semester was Lunchables. They were
Is it pizza?
Lunch will never be the same.
eating Lunchables, fam. And you know the Lunchables I was eating? The crazy pepperoni, that little bread they give you, the sauce with the cookie or candy or juice or whatever. That's what I was like eat. I was living off for dinner, man. It was nuts. So that's just a dinner time situation. But let's talk about the job itself. So at Paper Clips, right? So I'd go in there and I'd like you'd be a sales associate and you'd help people out like so either you'd be on the floor like helping people out or you'd be at cashier. Man, I did not like cashier because you just stand there and like scan things and like yo, some jobs I feel like are not needed. Like I feel like you don't need a person for that, but whatever. I mean, business. We're still at that point where we feel like we need people to like do things like that. But man, like just scanning stuff all day, total's gonna be $53.75. Do you have a Paper Clips card? Like, oh man, one thing with Paper Clips too, they would try to get people to sign up for the credit cards for like the store. And that is one thing I despise. In the series that we're gonna be doing, you're gonna like notice there's always gonna be some kind of thing you're supposed to push at these like businesses, and we have to try and push these credit cards for the people to get at the store. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm never asking anybody to get a Paper Clips credit card. Like that's not the move. Like man, it was crazy. Like, and they started doing this thing where everybody would get a card at your shift and you have to write the number of like credit cards you got and the other rewards programs and all that. And I always had 0 and I'd laugh about it to my other coworkers because I was not trying. I'm never pushing anything. That's just crazy to me. Like, nah, you don't pay me to do that. Whatever. So cashier did not mess with that. Being on the floor was way more fun. These are where like the stories actually like come in. So like being on the floor, right? Like at Paper Clips, like there are a lot of aisles that basically you could hide in, and because the managers and like the people in charge were in the front of like the store, and they didn't have time to like keep track of you because they were getting like yelled at by like upper management. You know how it goes or whatever. So like for me, so let me explain why I didn't work. I didn't work as hard as I did at this store. So once I go to a job and I like assess how hard I really need to work in order to like still feel like I'm being productive and like getting adequately paid for what I'm doing, because we are only we're getting paid 9 bones an hour. Now 9 bones an hour is not crazy. Like you're not living big off of 9 bones, man. Like the paychecks were probably like 200, like every we got paid every week, so maybe like 200. Lowest was probably like well, depending on how many hours you work, but it's probably like 120 like $200. So it was man, I didn't have big bread basically, but it was enough for me to like pay whatever I needed to pay. So yeah, 9 bones an hour. So I was like, man, like how hard do I really need to work for $9 an hour? That's how I equate like working. Like if you're getting paid like dumb racks, then yeah, you gotta work hard. When you're getting paid chump change, bones, nah, that ain't it, chief.
This ain't it, Chief. That's what I would have told you.
So I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. So what I would do is like go to an aisle, right, and I'd like pick an aisle where they like couldn't see me, because we had radio, we had like walkie talkies. So like if they like radioed you, they're trying to like find out where you were, because like if they haven't seen you for a while, they were like, yo, what's this guy doing? And that was me. Like I'd be the guy who's hiding in the aisles, not doing anything, because I was like, nah, y'all ain't trying to get me working out here. So I just pick an aisle and I'd hide in it, like be on my phone, text in the group chat. What else would I do? I would like we had ladders that you could go on to do like you had to do like overhead stocking or whatever. I just go on the ladder and just sit there. Cause another thing with these jobs, man, they trying to make you stand for like 6 hours at a time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Man, I don't think humans are meant to be just straight up standing like that for bad hours. Like, that's nuts. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not rocking. So I just go up the ladder and just like sit there and like think about life, like think about what am I really doing, and the homework that I had to do when I had to get out of work. What else would I do? Oh, but there was a back room. So every store's got a back room where they keep like all their other like products or whatever. And that's where the other coworkers would go to have fun, like, cause like I said, the managers like really weren't checking like on us like that. So we just go in the back and we just be talking and laughing, living lives. It's crazy because I have video clips of like us working, but I'm not gonna put that in there because you figured out what I was doing. But yeah, man, we just go in there, have a good time, man, just talking. And then this is where the like actually funny story like comes in, right? Like, it took like mad long for me to get to this point, but I had to build it up. So this was the story. So one day, 9 bones an hour, not doing anything, not really working. I was like, let me push how much we're not really working can go, right? So I go to the back room, and where we're at, it's like they got like I said, Paperclips is like at a retail store of like selling books and other stuff. So I went to where they just had like stacks of paper in like boxes, like really heavy boxes. And like behind there was like I don't know what do you call it, but they like stacked stuff on top of there, and I was underneath that area. And I was like, and it was like at first we were actually like looking for paper, because you had to look for the paper from the back and then pull it to the front of the store. And I was like, I started getting bored. I was like, there's too much paper. I don't really feel like doing this. It's not really that important. To me, it wasn't that important. So I was like, yo, what can I like do to like pass this time? And so in my head, I was like, wait, let me just not work and let me just go hide in that back part where we're supposed to be looking for these papers. So my other like coworkers were like still looking for papers, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, sorry. I'm a team player now. So and I went to the back, and I just like you could like hide there, so you could like sit there, and like people, if somebody came in, they'd think you'd be looking for the papers. But really, me, I was just like sitting there chilling on my phone, not doing anything. So I just sat there for like a little while, maybe like 10-15 minutes. My coworker leaves, he goes to do something. He's actually working, I was like, I'm not doing that. So I'm just sitting there on my phone, texting my group chat, texting the friends, like, yo, I'm not working, I'm just sitting here taking pictures of myself, right? Sent this to the group chat. And then, this is where it gets crazy. My supervisor, we'll call him Bobby. We'll call him Bobby, walks in, This dude Bobby was goofy too, man. You ever have a goofy supervisor? You're like, yo, there's no way I'm listening to this guy, man. But that was him. So Bobby pulls up. mind you, I'm hiding there, so he doesn't know I'm there because I haven't said anything. So like he comes in, right, and I'm like I'm trying not to laugh because at this point I'm like, yo, it would be nuts if this guy comes to poke his head where the papers are and he sees me hiding there like, yo, I'm on my phone not doing anything. So I'm chilling back there. I'm holding my breath. I'm trying not to laugh like that SpongeBob meme. Yo.
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm texting my group chat like, yo, Bobby's here. I'm hiding in the back where the papers are at. If dude comes and sees what I'm doing, it's a wrap. I'm about to get fired. So I'm trying not to laugh. I'm texting the group chat. I'm hiding. This dude, Bobby, yo, I don't know what he's doing, yo. He's got to be also pretending to work because he's just back there, like, doing something. I don't know what he's doing. I'm like, yo, can this guy leave so I can get out this spot, man? Because I'm going to laugh. Because that's one thing about me, man. I love laughing. And this man, Bobby, would not leave. So I'm just sitting there waiting. Man, it's like 5 minutes. It's like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, my gosh, dude, can this dude leave? And finally, I was like, yo, I'm not about to take this risk of this dude finding that, like, I'm here. Because at one point, I'm going to laugh. And he's going to be like, yo, what's going on? And it's going to be me hiding there. So I was like, nah, dude, I gotta like find a way to like bounce. So like I wait for Bobby to like move a little bit in the back stock room, and I like, so in my head I was like, yo, I'm gonna just like cough to like let him know that I was still there, because you don't want to pop out like all silent, because he can be like, yo, you were hiding. So I was like I was like coughing and pretend like I was like, yeah, man, that's really crazy how these papers, man. And I like get up and I just like move immediately to like back to like the front of the store. And I was like, yo, I'm never doing that again, man, because this dude would have seen me and that would have been crazy. And it's crazy because if that was like my like main like manager, yeah, that would have been nuts. But it was just my supervisor, Bobby, so I was like, definitely not taking this dude seriously. But I kind of was, because I was kind of scared, because I was like, yo, if the guy pops back here, it's donezo for me. But man, yeah, that was one story of paper clips of me like hiding back there, not working because I just didn't care enough about the job. And then like hindsight, it's like pretty crazy because it's like, yo, like if you walk into a store, like you definitely expect them employees to be working. I promise you they're not working, man. Like I speak on my end. I'm not working, man. Like there's just some things like the money isn't worth it. So I was like, man, how can I have as much fun here while still getting paid? That's one of the mottos in my brain. How can I have fun while still getting paid these bones? And for me at Paper Clips, it was hiding in the back, trying not to laugh as my freaking supervisor's like pretending to work or whatever. So yeah, man, that was Paper Clips story 1. There's definitely at least like 3 stories in Paper Clips, man. Yo, the next video I'm gonna tell y'all why I cried at Paper Clips. Yo, there's another video. Is this dude? He got caught stealing. Yo, that's nuts. So crying and stealing. That's just in Paper Clips. Remember, I still got like 4 other jobs I gotta get through. So yeah, this is gonna be a whole series, man. So this is gonna be, I don't know what to title this. Maybe I'll think of a name maybe when I'm like editing or whatever. But that's Paper Clips story 1, man. Hopefully I made y'all laugh. Hope y'all appreciated that. This is definitely like way easier because in my normal videos, like I have like scripts and like things I'm like planning to say out, and like I think about it, like write it, and then like I like say it. So whenever I'm like looking not at the camera, I'm looking at my computer as I'm trying to remember like the script. But this is like straight off the dome, so this is like very easy. So I'm liking this, new change. Hopefully this made somebody laugh. It's definitely made me laugh thinking about it. But and the other story where I cried, that might be pretty funny. And then when the dude got caught stealing, that wasn't funny. I was just like, yo, like that's nuts. But we'll see, man. So this is story 1, man. That's it.
Until we meet again, stay gold.